not literally minutes. Hey y'all, how are y'all? How are things? I just slapped some makeup. Okay, I slapped makeup on like a couple hours ago. But literally, I got a couple, just a little bit. I basically just did a coaching session. Today was a coaching day for me, and it's been such an amazing day. Okay? It has been such an amazing day for me. And you know what? I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting deeper into what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and it's an all-around blessing. Let's just call it what it is. It's an all-around blessing. I've had a really, really blessed week, and in me receiving blessings this week, I had to do it different. And that's what I'm here to talk about really briefly. We got to get to a place where we're willing to do it different. And what that looks like is simply being able to detach. Being able to detach. A lot of times we accomplish certain things, certain goals. There we go, Instagram. Sorry, y'all. We accomplish certain things in life, in our finances, in our family, in our business, whatever that looks like for you. And as you accomplish those things for yourself, you got to be extremely, extremely intentional. You got to be extremely intentional about making sure you're able and willing to detach from the things that held a lot of value in your life. Think about all those times you're like, I remember my old career. I was a general manager for a finance company. So in that, I'm thinking like, oh my God, I do all these things. Hello, how are you? I do all these things. I'm a finance manager. I'm this, I'm that. Literally, I had to detach from that dream in order to become an entrepreneur. I had to detach from that dream in order to become an entrepreneur. In order to actually do what I'm called to do. In order to actually be a life coach. In order to actually be a life coach, I had to be willing to detach from the theory of being this thing with this big title. Oh, I'm this woman. I'm a general manager. I'm managing a finance company. I went from managing people to managing accounts. Oh my God. I'm managing the business, and think about you guys and what you have going on. You manage what? You manage your life. You manage your kids. You manage to go to work. You manage all these things. And those titles can sometimes get us stuck to the point where that's why we're not getting the blessing. That's why we're not getting the blessing. I guarantee you that literally, if a blessing is being withheld from you, it's being withheld for a reason. It's being withheld simply because you may not qualify. And I said this yesterday. I was talking about conditioning. You have to condition your mind. You have to condition your body. You got to condition your spirit. And you do have to condition those things. However, in that conditioning, that's what qualifies. And you gotta qualify for the thing that you desire, because in the event that you don't, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. I want it so bad, but I'm spending all my time wanting it, and I'm spending none of my time to qualify for it. And that's why we get to a place where we're like, oh my God, I'll blow. That's why. That's exactly why we get to these places where we fall into these bunny trails. And we just doing and doing and doing. And we don't even realize we're doing and producing from a place of unintentionality. Because we're not intentional in what we're doing. We want certain things, but we're not qualifying. And I'm here to explain to you guys, your stuff is always going to be withheld from you until you're able to qualify your mindset. Qualifying your mind first. You got to qualify in your character first. You got to check off that list. Am I the person that can maintain this after I get it? Because you know what happens. And this is the message. This is the point. This is the gag. What happens is we get the blessing prematurely, and that blessing excuse me. So sorry. We get the blessing prematurely, And those blessings, if we're not careful and we're not prepared, they're going to be a burden. I'll say that again. We get the blessings that we desire, and if you don't qualify for those, if you're not ready for those, they're going to be a burden to you. That's why I talk so much about conditioning your mind, conditioning your body, conditioning your spirit. That's why, because I've had a really blessed week this week. Hey, how you doing? I had a really blessed week this week. And honestly, the old version of me would have been popping her stuff in her ego, doing this, doing that. And honestly, it ain't even about that. It's about the fact that I have an opportunity that literally, if I have family members who pray for opportunities like this. Think about the family members we know. They either not here, not doing what they supposed to do. They in jail. Like, they just not doing what they supposed to do. And we all deal with certain things. However, you got to take advantage of the opportunity that you have in front of you. And if you still got the opportunity, what you doing? What you doing? And honestly, a year later, I'm blessed to say that as of tomorrow, I've been a full-time life coach for a year now. And like I say, I wouldn't be at this place if it wasn't for me being willing to detach from my old labels. Those old labels consisted of me being single. Them old labels consisted of me being a general manager of a loan company. It sounds so fancy and all that. But honestly, I had to detach from that in order to say I'm an entrepreneur. Because most people think entrepreneur, oh, you struggling. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So because of, however, you got to deal, everything comes with something. It's the point. Everything comes with something. You always going to have to deal with something. And if you don't qualify in your character, that's why you don't have it. That's why you don't have it. Who are you? Who are you? What do you do? What do you spend your time doing? How productive is that for you, your family, your kids? What are you doing? That's that simple. And I know for sure, I don't know about y'all. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know about y'all, but it's been times that I made decisions out of a place of lack, out of a place of confusion, out of a place of, I don't know who I am. I'm just going with the flow. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, and that gets you nowhere. That wastes your time. That wastes your time. And it's important for us to make sure we do exactly what we're called to do to qualify for what we want. And you gotta start by detaching from the labels. How are you guys? You gotta start by detaching from those labels connected to the old version of you. You have to. You have to. For our entrepreneurs, or as I call them, CEOs of life, because we all, whether you a business owner or not, your life is as complex as a business. Life is as complex as a business. So because of that, it's important. Oh, crap. It's important for us to make sure. Oh, my Lord. Okay, I got issues. Oh, well. It's important for us to make sure we're doing exactly what we got to do to qualify for what we want. And it starts with detaching from those old labels, those old titles. Stop doing the old stuff that gets you in the same old You got to stop. Like, life is short, time is precious, honestly. And this month, I'm going to be celebrating the life of my brother. It's his birthday. His birthday's coming. My brother is no longer here. And I know for sure the opportunity of being a full-time entrepreneur, teaching folks, impacting lives, impacting their businesses, helping them grow, helping their businesses grow. That's such a lit opportunity that my brother would be like, oh my God, put me in a game. However, he don't have that opportunity because he's not here. So it's important for us to do exactly what we got to do. And we know what we got to do, but you know how we are. We people, we human, we got our vices, and our vices always convince us, small matters. Don't do that. What you doing that for? Y'all know how we are. What you doing that for? But no, it's important for us to do exactly what we got to do. It's important for us to be exactly who we got to become in order to get the things that we desire. And I'm telling you, it feels so good being on the other side of those things, on the other side of life, actually getting the blessings, getting what you pray for, getting what you worked for. Forget the prayer, because I was just coaching one of my clients. I was just doing a group call, and she was just saying, literally, I lost my thought. I was just coaching my client, and literally we was just talking about life and the fact that you got to qualify. And if you don't qualify for what you want, you either not going to get it, or you going to get it and it's going to be a burden because it wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. So I don't have much time. I'm just on here literally running my mouth. I had a really good week. This week was, that's all I can say. It was really good. It was good for me. It was good for my team. It was good for my clients. And I encourage y'all, whatever that thing is, as my life coach tells me, whatever that thing is that keeps you up at night, whatever that thing is that you think about before you go to bed, do that. Fix that. Clean it up. Or produce it. Whatever it is you got to do. However that thing works for you. It's important for us to do it. Think about where you'll be a year from now if you do what you got to do. Think about where you'd be 2 years from now if you do what you got to do. Yesterday's live, I talked about conditioning. And pretty much we all as athletes, we know, okay, you don't have the tryouts. You got to do the conditioning first. I ran soccer. I played soccer. Oh, Jesus. I played soccer. So we had to do conditioning. Then we did the tryouts. Then the season started. And that's the same as life. You got to condition your mind, your character, your decision making, and your spirit. You got to condition those. And think about it. We all know those entrepreneurs, service providers, lash techs. You'll hit them up like, hey, I see you do this. You good. Can you do it for me? They get so mad and uptight because they like, oh, you want to say, hey, how you doing? What? Situations like that is exactly why you got to condition your mind before you start a business. This a business. They not your friend. They ain't got to say, hey, how you doing? What you talking about? Do you know how many times I ran a loan company? How many times I sat on the phone with people for 20 minutes to convince them, talk them through our process, what the loan is, how much it is, how the payback system works. Sat on the phone for 20 minutes. Sometimes they tell me no, but sometimes I get $4,000 out of that one loan. That was a good, well-spent 20 minutes. So as the same happens with life, you got to condition your mind to get what you want. Think about what you got right now. We all got something where we like, I work for that. We got that car, we got the house, we got the relationship, we got the kids, we got the this, we got the that. What is it that you have? Think about it. You got you that. You got you that. So if you could get you that, you can get you something else. And that's the thing with entrepreneurs. They always, or aspiring entrepreneurs, or the prospects. Because, you know, it's the people that watch and they say, no, I don't want to start a business. I don't want to do that. But like I said in yesterday's live, it's not that they don't want to do it. They don't want to go through the conditioning. Because the conditioning is what qualify you for the thing. But they know conditioning comes with hardship. That's going heads up with hardship. Honestly. That's all it is. But that's where life coaching comes into play. That's where business coaching comes into play. That's where community and guidance and not doing it by yourself. And we in such a society where independence and soft life is just like a topic. And it's so crazy because who we are as black people, we got a long ways to go before we can have a soft life. And that's just the reality. We always work harder. We always got different things. I was explaining to somebody, I was watching the movie The Color Purple, and I was saying back in the day as literally people of color, we used to get married for survival. We used to get married for survival. We didn't get married because we was in love. We got married because the man could go out and work and the women could take care of the kids in the house. That was the thing. So because of that, we don't have certain luxuries. However, you can. You just got to work for them. You just got to qualify for them. That's it. It's just qualification. You have to qualify. And as the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. So you got to qualify. That's it. And it's going to be good days. It's going to be bad days. It's going to be days where dry days and days where it's dripping. I'm telling you, it's going to be good days for sure. But it's going to be bad days when you go heads up with hardship. I'm telling you. It's going to be bad days when you go heads up with hardship. But I'm telling you, that mental conditioning, that physical conditioning, whatever the conditioning is, whatever that conditioning is that you go through, it's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so worth it. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from experience. And the exact reason why we struggle with certain things is simply because of conditioning. And that's why people don't like life coaching. That's why they don't like entrepreneurship. That's why they don't want to start the business. That's why they just deny themselves certain things that they know they want simply because of conditioning. I got to go heads up with hardship. I don't want to do that. I got to face a hard problem. I don't want to do that. I got to solve a hard problem. I don't want to do that. People don't like doing hard stuff, and that's fine. But think about it. You can want that big old house. You can want that nice car. You got to be willing and ready to maintain it. That's why we don't necessarily have the things that we desire, because are you qualified to have it? That's one qualification. Are you qualified to maintain it? That's another. Those are two different things, and that's what conditioning comes with. That's what it comes with, and that's what it is. And that's where life coaching comes into play. It's simply me supporting my clients through managing their lifestyles. So as they manage their lifestyles, everything else comes so much easier. Everything else is going to be so much easier. Who you are in your life is who you will be everywhere else. Who you are in your life is who you're going to be to everyone else. And as I always say, how you do one thing, that's how you do everything. That's how you do everything. And a lot of times, I could take this so many ways. A lot of times, people want things. They want it and they don't do it. They don't do the work to get them what they want. And in the midst of them doing that, they then have to deal with the back end of it, which is the hardship emotionally. You got to be willing to not only go through the physical hardship, but the emotional hardship. That's how you get your stuff. Are you strong enough emotionally? Can you handle it? Can you take it? What can you do to support yourself in strengthening your emotions so you can qualify for what you want? Go get your stuff. You want that business, go get it. You got to qualify though. You want that relationship, go get it, but you got to qualify though. You want whatever it is you want, but you got to qualify. And that's where we go wrong as people. We forget the qualifications, or we deny ourselves simply because it comes with hardship. And that ain't worth it. It's not worth it. Deny yourself for who? Deny yourself for what? Deny yourself why? You deserve it. Everything you have thus far, you are the common denominator that got you that. That got you to the point where you can maintain that. That matters. Honestly, that matters. So because of that, it's important for us to tap into who we once were. And all of us, at one point, we were a dreamer. We had dreams, we had goals, we had visions. And life happens, and it taints our vision. It's still our vision. You got to go get your stuff back. You got to get your stuff back. And it starts with you being willing to face hardship. Because that's what it's going to take. Being willing to face hardship. Being willing to go heads up. What's up? I want what I want. I'm getting my stuff and can't nothing stop me. You got to be willing. And you got to want it. And I'm so grateful. Because like I say, this week was a good week. But in who I used to be, I'd be out turning up and doing this and doing that. And for what? For what? I'd much rather share what I learned. And what I learned is who I once was, I wouldn't have been able to get what I have or maintain it because of my ego, because of who I was, because of my decision making. And I'm happy to know that you needed this. I'm not lying. I was about to go and celebrate, and I'm still gonna go celebrate, but I wanted to share with y'all. Like most people, they share their blessing. I want to share the lessons I learn as I get the blessings, so y'all don't have to endure much hardship, because hardship is a headache. Let's call it what it is. That's a headache. I don't like being stressed out. However, in order to make sure I'm the least amount of stress possible, I gotta hustle. I gotta work. I gotta do stuff. And to whom much is given, much is required. You want that thing, you got to qualify for it. And you got to qualify to get it and to maintain it. And that's where we get deterred. Because we trying, life happen, somebody do something to us, we get mad, we get in our feelings, our ego pop out, and then we never calibrate back to who we once were. Oh, child. We never calibrate back to who we once were. And in that's how we lose us. That's how we lose the vision. That's how we lose the focus. That's how we lose the focus. And that's honestly all I do as a life coach. I coach my clients through managing their focus and their decision making. Definitely follow me. I would love for you to continue to have conversations like this. Listen to this. Repetition is key. And honestly, it's important for us to get the support we need. And I'm telling you, I started doing this by doing exactly what you're doing. I was taking it in too. I started 2 years ago. I was taking it in. And after 2 years of taking it in, life was happening to me. Stuff was happening to me. But I realized in order for this stuff to stop, I gotta change. I'm the one that's dealing with all this. I look around, folks not dealing with all this. And it's for a reason. It's because you called. I ain't gonna lie. It's because you called. You dealing with hardship. I was just in a group call. I was just coaching my clients. And I was telling them, you feel pressure, apply it. What you doing? You feel pressure, apply it. I'm telling you, you feeling that pressure because you called to feel that pressure. So you can apply it. So you can get your stuff. I'm trying to watch my mouth. It's just important for us to support us and maintaining that vision that we always had. Because we always had a vision. And life happened to us. People play in our face. People play with us. And they get us to a point where we like, no, we going to be savages. And we can't do that. We can't do that. That's not how you could get your stuff. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. I had that savage mentality. I'm not lying. I'm not going to say reckless. I was always a decent girl. But in the midst of that, I had a brother who was a savage. So because of that, don't play with me. But no lie, I lost my brother. So in losing my brother, I shifted my focus. I shifted my mindset. I can't be as reckless as I used to be. Don't get me wrong. I still am protected. I still am covered. God got me. But in the midst of that, it showed me you can't always depend on something else. You have to tap into you and participate in your own rescue. You got to participate in your own rescue. And without being willing and able to do that, ooh, child. Ooh, child. You're going to go through hardship. You're going to endure hardship. And I don't want y'all to have to endure anything more than you have to. Don't get me wrong. Some things are just growing pains. Some things are simply growing pains. In entrepreneurship, I wrote it down. I'm going to try to remember it. In entrepreneurship, you got an insecurity. That's what I said. You got an insecurity. Don't start a business. You got to market. You got to be the face of that thing. You got to get them insecurities in order. You concerned about your speech? I'm in the Midwest. I have no clue where y'all are. I'm in the St. Louis region. We a cross between straight up Ebonics and straight out country. It's so funny. I love it. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. But that shifted how I showed up on social media and how I represented my business. And I was not attracting the right people for me because I was trying to shift who I really am. And that's the thing with society and not being tapped into who you really are, who you called to be, and not maintaining sight of the vision. You got to maintain sight of your vision. Like I say, we all was dreamers. And I had to get back to who I was as a dreamer. Like I say, I lost my brother. I went through hardship. Everybody lost somebody. 2020. Everybody lost somebody. I lost a couple people. My workload expanded and I got promoted. When I say I was all over the place. But in the midst of that, I made it. I grew. I endured my growing pains. I lost some people. I met some people. I lost things. I gained things. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Because that's what developed my character to where I can lose it all and get it all back. Simply because of my character. That's what developed my character to where when I get a blessing, it's a blessing to me. And it's not a burden to me because I qualify for that thing. I can't see all of your message. I'm trying to read your comment. Okay, perfect. Yes, and you have to, and trust me, it's going to be, I can't tell you it's not going to be hard. I can't tell you it's not going to be a battle, but what I can tell you is get some support. Get some support. And honestly, I came up here to talk to y'all about that, but I'm a life coach. This Friday, I'm dropping my life coaching membership, and in that membership, I'm giving out a 3-day free trial. 3-day free trial. And in that 3-day free trial, it comes with one life coaching session, and you get a few resources to keep with you. And life coaching is simply having somebody to coach you through managing your decision making and your focus so you can actually get your stuff. Because, yes, you may have split up with her. I don't know what the future is for y'all. But what I can say is the person that's for you, God got them for you. And God probably got them going hands up with hardship, too. So when y'all meet each other, y'all could get some things popping. So it's okay. It's okay. And trust me, whatever your situation... God knows all. God knows all. Absence make the heart grow fonder. And sometimes you need a minute away so you can calibrate. So I'm not going to say that's the end for y'all. I'm going to say tap into solitude. Take time to yourself and identify what you need and go from there. Identify what you need at your most. Right now, you need to take care of yourself, your internal, your emotions, and your focus. You got to take care of those things so that you can take care of your responsibilities that ain't going nowhere. So in that, trust me, I'm going to drop the link under this video when I'm done. I actually got to wrap up. I'm going to drop the link to this, to my membership. I'm going to drop the link to my membership. Please feel free to join and try out the free trial and just see what the support of life coaching is like. Simply because it'll help you in your decision making. And it's going to help you get to the problem, to the bottom of that. I'm not going to give y'all all my stuff, but I'm going to leave you with something good because I got blessed this week. I was doing a coaching call. In the midst of my coaching call, I had to explain to my clients. Think about all the titles you have. And after this, I'm letting y'all go. No problem. Think about all the titles you have. You right here, you're a father. You're a father. Yes, you have things going on, so relationship is touch and go. However, you're a father, you're a human, you have a job, you do all these things. Think about all these titles. I don't know if you're a brother or a son or cousin. Think about your titles. Think about how much time you spend uninterrupted every day. How much time do you spend uninterrupted? No phone, no TV, no book, no radio, no nothing. Not doing anything, just sitting. How much time do you do doing that? And you don't have to put it in the comments. But I'm saying that to say, think about how much time if you spend alone doing nothing every day. Let's say it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. Do you really think that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour is sufficient enough to support you in making the decisions for the brother in you, for the father in you, for the cousin in you, for the man in you? Do you really think that amount of time is sufficient enough to support you in what you're doing? And if you don't think so, it's time to level it up. Spend more time by yourself, and that's how you're going to get to the bottom of what you got to do in your life. That's how. So I hope this was so helpful to you. I'm going to be in your DMs because I would love for you to join my membership. It's men and women in it, and it's an honest room for us to be honest and share our stuff. I have a thing where we all go around, we share our likes and dislikes. So because of that, I'm going to be on you because I want the best for you, your babies, and anybody connected to you. And I hope everything works out for you in your relationship. I thank you so much for tuning in. I'm on Instagram as well. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. This live will be saved. I got to throw on my shoes and go. As I always say, I am Cornisha. I'm a life coach. I'm a business coach. I do this for y'all. I do it for y'all. I do it for me. I do it for us. So until next time, I will see y'all later.